with us or not?
I don't know, dude. I have to make the decision right now.
This really isn't any of my business.
Oh, I didn't mean to bring you into this argument, good sir. No, no, no. You look like Diamond City material.
Thank you.
Welcome to the great green jewel of the Commonwealth.
All right. What are you two arguing about, anyway?
What do you think? Print lies and everybody's happy, but if you print the truth...
Now, was there anything particular you came to our city for?
What is this place, anyway?
Why, this is the safest place in all the Commonwealth, with the strongest community and highest... We have stores, doctors, schools, power, running water, and the wall as our sacred protector. But I was talking about you. Come on now, what brought you all the way out here?
Uh-huh. I'm trying to find someone.
Trying to find someone? Who?
My son, Sean. He's less than a year old.
He was less than a year old.
Your son's missing? Oh, you hear that, McDonough? What's Diamond City Security doing to help this man, huh? This isn't the first missing persons report to come through here, and now we have an infant who's been taken?
How do you even think an infant's still alive out there?
I'm afraid that our security team can't follow every case that comes through. I'm confident that you can find help here. Diamond City has every conceivable service known to man. One of our great citizens can surely find the time to help.
Well, sure. And a mayor of a great city must know everyone.
Yeah, must know everyone.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't have time for any more.
This is ridiculous. Diamond City Security can't spare one...
I've had enough of this, Piper. From now on, consider you and that little sister of yours on notice.
Yeah, keep talking, McDonough. That's all you're good for. A big Diamond City welcome from the mayor. You feel honored yet? Look, I gotta go get settled in, but, stop by my office later. I have an idea for an article you'd be perfect for.
Okay, dork.
Officer?
Head on inside.
Hey, Sullivan.
So, you're that traitor Piper was talking about. Something tells me she's pulled the wool over my eyes again. Am I right?
Piper's done this before?
All the time. Thing is, sometimes she's bluffing. So I usually just let her in. Not this time, though. Hey, what's brought you into town anyway?
I'm trying to find someone.
Is that so? Who are you looking for?
My boy Sean's been kidnapped. He's just a baby.
Oh, look, I'm sorry, but we're under orders not to get involved in missing person cases. There's a lot of Institute paranoia right now. We can't really risk fanning those flames with official action. What if people panic?
I just need a little information, Danny. We can keep this off the record.
Okay, I
Yes!
can at least point you somewhere. Unofficially. When you get inside the city, go to the back, around the market, to an alleyway. A couple of bright neon signs. Valentine's Detective Agency. No one likes going there, though, so buyer beware and all that.
Thanks for your help.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Damn. Should I take this elevator or... should I go here? I guess I should go here, huh? Gooify an enemy. Why would you be able to retrieve loot from a pile of ashes? That doesn't make sense. Ooh, you know, it really doesn't. Well, Diamond City is a separate area. Looks nice, I guess. I didn't think it was indoors.
Hey, kiddo. How are the paper sales?
Well, the presses are getting overloaded. That motor is going to go soon if we don't replace it.
You've been saying that for weeks and the old girl still keeps cranking. Stop worrying so much. I gotta head into the office. You start whistling if you see any angry politicians coming our way.
Why? Is something wrong? Piper?
What was that cutscene?
Hi there.
Free paper to newcomers. If the Institute grabs you in the night, at least we warned you.
The Institute?
You ain't heard of the Institute, mister? They snatch people up in the night and no one hears from them again. It's all in the paper. Better read up before they grab you, too.
Yeah, I better read up.
Who's gone missing?
Drifters, residents, stadium seat snobs. Seems
Sure.
so you better be careful, newcomer. The Institute is out there. And they'll grab you, too. Like I said, it's all in the paper.
I believe you. Thanks.
You are a real lost lamb in the wolf's den, mister.
Okay. What is that supposed to mean, you jerk face? Noodles, we eat them all, we all love them, and Diamond City's Power Noodles has supplied the sustenance for the past 15 years, from the stilted mechanical cadence of Takahashi's programmed Japanese to the fragrant steam that wafts from each bowl to the I was struck by this very question as I sat at the counter of Power Noodles last Wednesday night just after 5 p.m. enjoying a dinner I had so many times before. That's when I noticed our very own owner McDonough sidled up to a stool and engaged in the very same ritual. Right hand extending, mouth opening, teeth chewing, yes, eating noodles, a shared experience. So it must have also seemed to the residents nearly 60 years ago as they sat around the same counter, but that was before the days of Takahashi and his noodles, when the bar served not noodles but ice-cold nuke colas, frothy beers, and stiff shots of whiskey. The barman's name was Henry, and that night he facilitated the shared human experience of drinking, smoking, talking, and laughing. That is, until tragedy struck. There aren't many among us who are even old enough to remember that evening, although some of the city's ghoul residents certainly have, had they not been forcibly removed, thanks to Mayor McDonough's anti-ghoul decree of 2282. But there is one person among us who does remember distinctly the events of that evening. Respected matriarch Eustace Hawthorne, who recounted her story in a public occurrences exclusive interview. Oh, I was there all right, sitting right at the bar as you're sitting right in front of me now. 22 years or so, and just looking to have a good time. I was safe behind the wall, we all were, so what was the harm? And let me tell you, that Mr. Carter made it easy. He came into town earlier that day, said he was from out west somewhere. It didn't really matter. What did matter was his smile and his laugh and the way he'd make everyone feel at ease. That night at the bar, we all just sort of crowded around him. Everyone wanted to exchange a word or something about the Commonwealth, and Mr. Carter, he was all too happy to oblige. Eustace continued to account of that evening. In the moment when she turned sinister and the truth about Mr. Carter, we'd been drinking and carrying on. Must have been 3 hours. Mr. Carter had 4 or 5 drinks. He seemed a bit drunk, I guess, like the rest of us. And something just happened. He was smiling, but the smile sort of went from his face all in an instant. Then his cheeks started twitching, kind of funny, and I remember watching him clear as if it happened yesterday. He reached inside his coat, took out a revolver, and blam! He shot Henry, the barman, right in the head. Didn't hesitate, didn't show any emotion. Mr. Carter killed Henry as casually as if he were paying for drinks. But his cheek never did stop. Let me tell you, all hell broke loose after that. What Eustace describes is, of course, infamous event known as the Broken Mask, when the people of the Commonwealth learned for the first time that the Institute, the shadowy scientific organization responsible for the creator of combat androids, had actually succeeded in creating a model so advanced it could effortlessly infiltrate human society. Unbeknownst to the people of Diamond City, the Institute had somehow evolved their androids into true synthetic humans. Since after he shot Henry, that Mr. Carter shot 3 or 4 other people too. Like I said, all hell broke loose. The guards came running, they opened fire. Mr. Carter, he kept shooting and throwing people around left and right. Finally, those guards put him down. It seemed like they had killed a man who had flipped his lid, gone crazy, and he laid there like a dead crazy man. Sure enough, God, it was horrible. But then he saw the plastic and metal. This was one of them early synths, you see. And we realized it wasn't a man at all. It was all we knew. Then we all knew the Institute wasn't just out there. The Institute was everywhere now, among us. It was never determined precisely what the synth knows. Mr. Carter went on his killing spree. Some suggested he had somehow been remotely controlled by the Institute, who wanted to test his combat effectiveness. Still others felt he had simply malfunctioned and was never meant to kill anyone, but at that time, the why hardly seemed important. What mattered was the humans of Commonwealth had been truly infiltrated by an organization whose intentions and motives were and still are a complete mystery. Oh, it was like a whole building. Yo, I need some of these things, man.
Glad you dropped by.
Piper,
Holding up, Blue?
why are you calling me that?
Because of the blue jumpsuit you're wearing? You're a vault dweller. So here's the deal. I want an interview. Your life story in... You do that, and I'll tell you what. I'll come with you.
What kind of interview is this?
I ask you who you are, get your opinion on life out there, and maybe...
Uh-huh.
What do you say?
Okay.
All right, Piper. I'm in.
Let's do it.
Let's get down to business. So, I know you're from a vault. How would...
My family and I were frozen. I didn't spend much time in the vault.
Wait, they boxed you up in a fridge? The whole time? Are you saying you were alive before the war?
Yes. I'm over 200 years old.
Oh my god. The man out of time. So, you've seen the Commonwealth, Diamond City. How does it compare to your old life?
It sucks.
Honestly, seeing everyone surviving out here, rebuilding the world, it gives me hope.
That's surprisingly inspired, Blue. We're definitely quoting that. Now, I already know you're looking for your son, Sean. Do you suspect the Institute was involved in his kidnapping?
Sure sounds like they might be.
Not even a baby is safe from them. And people wonder why I can't just look the other way. For the last part of our interview, I'd like to do something different. I want you to make a statement to Diamond City directly. The threat of kidnapping is all but ignored in the Commonwealth. Everyone wants to pretend it just doesn't happen. What would you say to someone out there who's lost a loved one but might be too scared or too numb to the world to look for them?
Get revenge one day at a time. People ignore kidnappings. Don't lose hope.
No matter how much you want to give up, don't. You have to have hope that you'll see them again. Or at least, that you'll know the truth.
A strong note to end on, Blue. Thanks. That's everything. It's gonna take some time to put this all together, but I think your story is gonna give Diamond City plenty to talk about. Anyway, I agreed to come with you, right? Watch your back. Just say the word when you're ready.
I don't really want you as a companion. You look like gross, man.
That's in better shape than I expected.
I'm not really stealing these, but... Oh, jeez, you're right here.
Let me know.
Boring stuff, boring stuff, boring stuff.
Or, you know, you need
Peace out, son. Moving on with life. Ballin' every day.
Anyone is one of those things. It's that secretary